Very good morning to you. Welcome to today's discussion. In this class, we'll be discussing about doubly linked list. In the previous classes, we have studied about singly linked list and circular linked list. Singly linked list was one which was containing one pointer to the next node, one data field, and one pointer to the next node. And circular linked list was different from the singly linked list in such a way that the last node of the linked list is going to point back to the first node of the linked list. Other than that, all the implementations were same. Now the third type of linked list what we are going to study is doubly linked list. So doubly linked list is also very similar to singly linked list. So the only thing here is it will be having two pointers which will point to the nodes in the linked list. So basically every node in a doubly linked list will be having three parts. Every node in a doubly linked list will be having three parts. So let us see how the doubly linked list is. So doubly linked list, each and every node in a doubly linked list is going to contain three fields or three parts. So the center part is as usual information field or I field. Then it is a next field and this is previous field. Next field and previous field. So the information field of this node is going to contain actual data which we want to store. Whereas next field contains pointer to the next node. Pointer other than that. So what it is pointer to next node. It is pointer to next node, and here we will be having next node as well. This is information field, previous field, and the next field. Similarly, what it is, this is nothing but pointer to the previous node. This is pointer to the previous node. And here left side will be having previous node of the linked list with the fields information field, previous field, and the next field. So basically every node in a doubly linked list is going to contain at least three fields. Minimum three fields will be there in each and every node of the doubly linked list. The information field is going to contain the actual data, and next field is going to contain pointer to the next node, and previous field is going to contain pointer to the previous node. Whereas in singly linked list we were having only one pointer which was pointing only to the next node. In the singly linked list, this was the scenario. This was information part and this was the next part, information part and the next part. So next part or the pointer was pointing to the next node in the linked list, right? And the disadvantage with the singly linked list was we can traverse only in one direction. You can go only in forward direction. Whereas in the doubly linked list, as you can see, with the next pointer, we can go in forward direction. With the previous pointer, we can go in backward direction. So doubly linked list will allow us to traverse the linked list, traverse across the linked list in both the direction, from left to right as well as from right to left. That means from wherever you are present, from the present node, you can go in the forward direction or you can come in the backward direction. So that is one advantage of the doubly linked list. And why it is called as doubly linked list? There are basically two pointers in the linked list. One forward pointer, one is backward pointer. That's why the name is doubly linked list. And as usual, if the last node of the doubly linked list will contain null in the next field. That means when there is no next node in the doubly linked list, the next field of the last node will contain null value. Similarly, the previous field of the first node in the doubly linked list will contain null value because there is no previous node to this, so it is going to contain null value. it's going to contain null value. So here I have to show you the links properly. 1 second. Both links, I will use different ink for the links. So here what actually these indicate here is the next field of the every node will contain pointer to the next node. The previous field of every node is containing pointer to the previous node. So this is going to contain pointer to the previous node. Similarly, the previous pointer is going to contain pointer to the previous node. The next pointer is going to contain pointer to the next node. And here it is going to contain null value, and here it is going to contain null value. Because for this node, there is no previous node. For this node, there is no next node. So basically, this is how the pointers will look. And usual practice is whenever you are drawing pointers, if the pointer is starting from somewhere, you take it from the center of that box inside and point it to the just edge. And if you can see here, the arrow should not enter here. That is usual practice, but you can write it in whatever way you want. But the usual thing is try to draw the pointer from inside. It indicates that that is the data present in this field. What is the data present in this field? It is pointer to the previous node. The data present in this field is pointer to the next node. The data present in this field is pointer to the next node. Data present in this field is pointer to the previous node. Here it is null. Here it is null. Why? Because there is no next node. There is no next node. Here it is null. Similarly, here there is no previous node. There is no previous node. That's it. And all the functionalities, whatever we have studied about singly linked list, they will apply. That is, as usual, the search and delete, search and print functions are same, like how we do for singly linked list. The only difference comes in insert and delete. So insert and delete. So let us see the steps for inserting. So this is what I have explained everything. Logical representation of doubly linked list. So previous node is going to contain pointer to the next node. So actually here they have not shown the pointers like how I have shown. The textbook what they have assumed here is actually they should show the pointer here, but for our understanding purpose I have explained here. Alright, this is actually going to contain pointer to the previous node. If you can see the textbook, they on arrow mark, if they show it like this, then it will be good. It is pointing to the previous node. As usual, it is pointing to the next node and it is pointing to the previous node. So that will be the usual scenario for the doubly linked list. And how do we implement the doubly linked list? So for implementation of the doubly linked list, as usual, we use the structure definition, and every field, as we know that every node is going to contain 3 fields. So for that we need 3 fields in the structure. Information field, which will contain the actual data. Next field, which will point to the next node. Previous field, which will point to the previous node. That's it. And we are creating a type defined structure name called node. That means we are giving one name for that. For this type def means use another name for what? For struct node. What is the new name? Node. That means from now onwards, whenever we refer the name called node, we are referring to this struct node. And see here the types of these are pointers of what type? Of struct node. That means this next can point to one node, independent node of the linked list. Previous can point to one node, independent node of the linked list. So that is the indication. In case of singly linked list, we were not having this field. This was not there in case of singly linked list. Only next pointer was there. Now the only change here is during insertion and deletion, you have to make sure that the previous pointer is also pointing to the previous node. Earlier we were concentrating only on the next pointer to point to the next node. The only extra thing what we do is we will concentrate on the previous pointer also. That is one extra thing what will appear now for doubly linked list. So as well, the operations are insert, delete, search and print. For insertion, what we have to do here is it is same as that of As you can see, it is same as that of the single linked list. All the operations are same, except that you have to make sure that the previous node will always point to the previous node. The previous pointer will always point to the previous node. So what is the algorithm for inserting a new node onto the linked list? So let us study the algorithm here. Inserting a new node onto the linked list. Inserting a node into linked list. Into DLL stands for doubly linked list. So before you insert, what is that you have to do? First step, take a new node, and we know that as usual first and last are the pointers which will be pointing to the last node. So we have to assume here first is the pointer which will be always pointing to the first node, last is the pointer which will be always pointing to the last node. So well before you insert any of the nodes, and we know that first is pointing to null because there are no nodes in the linked list, and last is also pointing to the null. So both are pointing to null now. Now if you want to insert a node into the linked list, take a node, allocate memory for that, call it as a PTR or any other name you can use. And in the beginning, nothing will be present in this node. So assume you want to insert this data input. This is how I want to insert 10, 20, 30 and 40, right? So first data what you want to store is 10. So in the information field, previous field and in the next field, information field, previous field and in the next field. So 10 you want to insert, store 10 here and make next as null and previous as null. Now this node is ready. This node is ready. We have taken one node and that has to be inserted into the linked list which is not existing. Let us assume that we will create the linked list here. Before you insert this, first check whether first is null and last is null. So if first is null, what it indicates, there are no nodes in the linked list and this itself will become very first node of the linked list. So what is the first node of the linked list now? This is what is first node of the linked list. This is information field, next field and previous field. So 10, this is pointing to null, this is pointing to null because there are no nodes in the linked list. And in addition to that, what we have to do, first pointing to first node of the linked list and last pointing to last node of the linked list. So this is what is our linked list now which we are creating, right? So let us say next element to be inserted is what? Next element to be inserted is 20. So what is the procedure? Create a new node, allocate memory for the new node, store the data in the information field 20, then make previous and next to null because this must be created and then it has to be attached to the linked list. This must be created and then it has to be attached to the linked list. So that is the procedure. But before you attach, check is the first is pointing to null. Earlier first was pointing to null, but now where first is pointing? First is pointing to some node in the linked list. That means linked list is not empty. At least there is one node present in the linked list. In that case, what we have to do here is you have to take and attach this new node here at the end of this. So what is the procedure to attach that? I'll just write the new node here. That is, this is the node which we are trying to attach. That is 20. We want to attach this node to the linked list. This has to be attached here. This has to be attached here. Okay, how can I attach this? Whenever you add this node to this linked list, this existing node, then this will become the last node of the linked list. So obviously this is our temporary node. Let us see what code they have taken. Whatever you can assume, the new nodes is not temporary. It has been assumed as PTR till now. So let us assume as PTR only. These names, conventions, you can use anything during the execution. Right, this is the node which we want to attach to the existing linked list, right? So you should do the attachment between this and this. So what is that procedure? The last pointer next should point to PTR. That is one line. That is last pointer next should be PTR. I'll take different. See, last pointer next should be PTR. Last pointer next. This should point to PTR. PTR pointer previous should point to last. PTR pointer previous should point to last. Then last should point to PTR. Last should point to PTR. So these are the 3 steps, right? I'll explain it once again with other color. The last pointer next is this one. This should point to PTR. That is the first statement. Last pointer next should point to PTR. Last pointer next should point to PTR. Next, PTR pointer previous, because this it has fields. What are the fields? Previous in field, informational field, and next field. PTR pointer previous should point to last node. PTR pointer previous should point to last node. Now, when you attach this new node, then this will become the last node. So instead of making last pointer to point here, it should come and point to this node. So how we can do that? So that is with the third statement. What is third statement? Last equal to PTR. Make last to point to the node where PTR is pointing to. That is last equal to PTR. Last equal to PTR. So once we have done this, this last will not point here now. This last will no longer point here. Next, as usual, it will be null. It is null. So this is how we go on attaching new node to the linked list. New node to the linked list. So let us insert one more node so that things will be better. How do we insert a new node? I'll just write it here. Okay, first statement, last pointer next equal to PTR. That is first statement, last pointer next is equal to PTR. So let us say the new node. This is the new node which we want to insert into the linked list. Call it as a PTR. See, without the help of this algorithm, I am trying to explain you. So you should be able to remember this, memorize it. To memorize this, it's a better way to practice like this, right? Once you allocate memory for the new node, so new node will be having 3 fields: previous field, information field, and the next field. Store the data in the information field of the PTR. That is PTR pointer information equal to data. Which data we are trying to insert? 30 we are trying to insert. Then as usual in the beginning, make these two null. PTR pointer previous is pointing to null, next is pointing to null. This is how we create the new node. Once you create this node has to be attached here. What is the procedure? We know that last will always point to the last node of the linked list, right? So last pointer next should be made to point to PTR. This is the procedure. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Last pointer next, make it to point to PTR. Last pointer next is this field. This field is made to point to new node PTR. PTR pointer previous. This node's previous pointer should point to the previous node. Previous node nothing but last node. It is PTR pointer previous equal to last. PTR pointer previous is equal to last. Then this last should come and point to this node. That is last equal to PTR. Last will point to the node where PTR is pointing to. Now this becomes the last node. When this becomes last node, we need to erase this. And this will not be null now, and this will not be null. Why? Because they are containing data now. They are containing pointers. So we have successfully inserted one new node called 30 in the doubly linked list. So let us insert one more node. What is that now? 40. I want to insert one more node called 40 in the linked list. right? So what is the usual procedure? First allocate memory. First obtain an empty node which contains three fields. Call it as a PTR and store the data in the information field of the PTR. Information, previous pointer, next pointer. Store the data in the information field of the new node. Which data we are trying to store? 40 we are trying to store. So 40 has been stored in the information field of the new node. Now this you have to take it and attach to the existing linked list. This is what is our existing linked list. This is what is our existing linked list. So what is the procedure? This next should point to PTR. So this whatever last node is there, its next field should point to the new node. And whatever previous field of the new node is there, that should point to the last node. That is PTR point of previous equal to last node. Then this last should be made to point to this node. So last should be made to point to PTR. And this is the case, we just erase this. Right? This is how we insert nodes into the doubly linked list. And here it will be null. Here it will be null. So this is how we will be able to insert nodes into the doubly linked list. Now let us see how to delete nodes from the doubly linked list. So the logic for deleting a node from the doubly linked list. So all the procedures what we follow for the singly linked list, they are same. That is, if the node is first node, what we have to do? If the node is last node, what we have to do? If the node is somewhere in between, what is the procedure that has to be followed? So all those issues will come now, right? So let us see how to deleting a node from DLL, from doubly linked list. Deleting a node from doubly linked list. So the procedure what you have to follow here is three possibilities are there. Either node is present as a first node of the linked list, or node is present as the last node of the linked list, or node is present somewhere in between. So that is the procedure. So first and last, it is very easy to delete. Assume if you want to delete first node of the linked list, what you have to do here is, if this is the location of the element to be deleted, first possibility, if this is the location of the element to be deleted, we know that first is the pointer which will always point to the first node of the linked list. First is the pointer which will always point to the first node of the linked list. Now once you delete this node, then obviously this becomes first node of the linked list. So what is the procedure for that? Just make first equal to first pointer next. Just advance first to this location. Then whatever this node is there, how do you identify this node? This node is nothing but location pointer next. That is, the previous field of the next node of the present node should point null. That means basically this should contain null now. Why? Because there is no previous node for this. The previous node we have deleted, and when you delete this node, this becomes the first node of the linked list. So that is the logic when you delete. Later with the code I will explain it. So that is the logic. If you want to delete the first node, what you have to do? Just take first pointer to the next node and the previous field of the next node, make it null. Then it will get deleted automatically. So that is the procedure to delete first node of the linked list. Now similarly, if you want to delete last node of the linked list, what you have to do? We will find the location of the node. Will be present here up to the last but one node. We will be traversing and will be having some location of the node to be deleted, and not that location. See, location he is here, and it will be temporary node. We'll be using temporary pointer for traversal. After traversal, we will be having some scenario like how we did same in case of singly linked list. So when you want to delete this last node, what you have to do here is this last should point to this node now, because once you delete this will not be the last node. This will become last node of the linked list. So how can I make this last to point to this node? Last equal to temp. That's it. What you have to do, just make last to point to the temp. Then temp pointer next equal to, there is no next node. Temp pointer next will contain the null value. Temp pointer next will contain the null value. Already it is null is present here. That's it. If you delete last node, then the previous node will become last node, and this next will be made to null. So null indicates there is no next node. So that is the simple procedure for deleting nodes from first position and last position. If you want to delete somewhere in between, that is also very simple. So assume this is the location of the element which you want to delete, and we'll be having temporary pointer to point to this node, like how we followed the logic. Now this is the node which we want to delete. So what is the procedure? We should remove this and we should establish link between these two. We should establish link between these two. So what is the procedure? Temp pointer next should point to this node. That's it. That is, can I write like this? I can see the logic. How can I perform the linking? That is, temp pointer next should point to what? Location pointer next. That's it. Temp pointer next is pointing to location pointer next is what? This node. Temp pointer next is pointing to location pointer next. Temp pointer next is pointing to location pointer next. Now I should get access for this. I should make sure that this is pointing to this node. I should make sure that this is pointing to this node. What could be the code for that? See here, location pointer next to pointer previous should point to temp. That's it. That is, location pointer next to pointer previous is equal to temp. That's it. Or instead of this also you can write it like this. You can write like this. That is location pointer previous. This is also fine. So what it indicates, just try to trace this. Location pointer next means this node. This node's previous pointer. This should contain what? Location pointer previous. What is location pointer previous? This node. That means this is pointing to this node. Very simple. Just two pointers we have changed, and we will be successfully able to delete this node now. So this node gets automatically deleted. So once we have changed the pointers, and nowhere remaining, there will be no other disturbance. There will be no other disturbance. So specifically, how we can show it? There is after deletion. This will be the scenario. This will be the scenario. So what we have done is we have seen how to insert an element and how to delete element from the linked list. Two scenarios we have seen. Print and display are same. Print and display are the same. So I will take the example program. Structure definition, right? As well, three fields. Take two pointers, first and last, which are pointing to first node and last node as usual. Prototypes for all the functions. Main function, this choice will be displayed as well as in case of single linked list. Case 1 for inserting, case 2 for deleting, case 3 for search, and case 4 is for print, 5 is for exit, default. All choices are same. And only thing here is insert function. So let us see the insert function. Working mechanism of insert function for doubly linked list. So as I said, what is the first step? Allocate memory for the new node. That means let us see how the insert function works. With the code I will explain once again, right? So take a new node, allocate memory for that and call it as a PTR. PTR is a new node. And what was the next step? In the PTR pointer info field, store the value. Let us assume that the numbers what we insert are 10, 20, 30 and 40, same. Okay. This is previous field, this is information field, and this is next field. Now check, is it the very first node to be inserted, or first is pointing to null? That is true in our case. First is equal to null. In that case, what we do? We will make first and last to point to the same node only. First and last both are pointing to PTR. Then PTR pointer next equal to null. PTR pointer next is equal to null. PTR pointer previous equal to null. PTR pointer previous is equal to null. Because this is the very first node what we are trying to insert. When if is true, else will not execute, that we know. Now let us say we want to insert some more element 20 as well. I'll take the node called 20 and I'll allocate memory for that. Call it as PTR and store the information in that one. Check, is first is equal to null? No, first is not equal to null because first is pointing to this node. First is pointing to one node in the linked list. So linked list is not empty. That means else part will work now. So what else part says? Else part says that we have to just perform link between these two. That's it. What it says? Last pointer next, make it to point to PTR. Last pointer next, take this field and make it to point to PTR. Here. Next step, what it says? PTR pointer next equal to null. PTR pointer next equal to null because there is no next node after this. Once you insert this, this itself will become the last node. Then PTR pointer previous should point to last. PTR pointer previous should point to last. Then last equal to PTR. Then take this last and make it to point to PTR. Then this becomes the last node. Then we have to erase this part. 1 second, not this one. Right? Now this is the scenario after inserting two nodes. So let us insert one more node for understanding purpose. I want to insert one more node called 30. What is the procedure? First allocate memory for that. Here what is the very first line says? Allocate memory for that. Call that node as PTR. Call that node as PTR. Then PTR pointer info equal to value. In the info field of the PTR, store the value which you want to store. That is 30. Then check, is first is pointing to null? No, first is not pointing to null in this case. Then else part is true. What is else part? What else part says? We just have to perform link between these two. We just have to perform link between these two. Last pointer next equal to PTR. We know that last will be always pointing to the last node. Now its next field should point to the PTR. That is last pointer next. Last pointer next field. This should point to the PTR. PTR pointer next equal to null. Next step, PTR pointer next is equal to null. PTR pointer next, make it as null because there is no next node. There is no next node. While theoretical explanation, I explained you some extra thing. What is that? While creating node itself, we were making it null. So that is also another possibility. That will simply extend the code. Number of lines will be more, but this here still they have reduced it. That means we will not make it to null. Anyhow, we are attaching it. While attaching only, we will make it null. So that is the procedure. Both are same. Both will give the same result. PTR pointer next equal to null. Now make sure that this previous field of the PTR will point to the last node. That is PTR pointer previous equal to last. PTR pointer previous is equal to last. Then take this last and make it to point here, PTR. Last equal to PTR. That is last equal to PTR. So what we have done, this is the code for inserting some nodes onto the linked list. Let us see the delete function. Right? For the same nodes what we have studied just now, let us perform the delete operation. Let us see how we can delete the nodes. So assume you want to delete no, all other procedures. First and last, it is simple. I will take somewhere in between. So let us delete node 20. So value is 20. I want to delete node 20 from the existing doubly linked list. Right? So take the location and temporary as usual for traversal purpose, and I will contain the value and search it and find the location of the element. So search function is same, and we will find the location of the element to be deleted. What is the location? Location of the element to be deleted is this particular place. That means I want to delete 20. For first and last, just we'll advance first to here and last to here. So that is simple. Is location equal to first? Is it the first node that we want to delete? If it is the first node, what we do? Is it the first and last node? In that case, both will be made to null. If there is only one node in the linked list, when you delete that node, then whole linked list will be empty. That's what we are doing here. That is first equal to last equal to null. All the nodes, first and last, both are pointing to null, and the linked list becomes empty. Else part, what we do? First pointer, next pointer, previous equal to null. That is first pointer, next pointer, previous is equal to null. Because this is the case, what I am explaining is when you want to delete first node of the linked list. Assume that instead of 20, if you want to delete first node, what is the procedure? First pointer, next pointer, previous should be null. First pointer, next pointer, previous should be null. That means this field becomes null. Then first equal to first pointer next. So first will be made to point here. When this is the case, automatically it will get deleted. So that is the procedure for the first node. Like whatever, while theoretical explanation I gave, same code is written here. If it is the first node which you want to delete, if it is the last node, what we do here is, yes, this is the procedure for last node. Temp pointer next equal to location pointer next. Temp location pointer next pointer previous equal to temp. So that if it is last node, what you do? We will just make this to contain null and we will remove this. That is the procedure for the last node. So let us say our now in present case, what we are trying to do here is we are trying to delete node called 20. So you should find the location. Location is already known to us. Start from the beginning. Temp equal to first and temp pointer next not equal to location. That is temp equal to first. 1 second. So that I can explain properly here. Right. So take temp equal to first. This is the location which we are trying to delete. I'll write short form t equal to temp. Temp equal to first. Temp pointer next is not equal to location. Temp pointer next, is it not equal to location? No, it is equal to location. It is equal to location, and we will not enter into the for loop because already we have found the location. If there are more elements, what we do? We go on traversing temp to the next node, and we'll find will be always temp will be pointing to the previous node of the location which we want to delete. Now check location. Is it the last node? No, it is not in our case. It is not in our case. So what is the case now? We should simply establish link between this node and this node. This and this. That means it will automatically get deleted. Temp pointer next pointer temp pointer next should point to location pointer next. That is the logic. Temp pointer next. This should point to location pointer next. See here, this line. Temp pointer next should point to location pointer next. Location pointer next will refer to this node. That means temp pointer next should point to this node now. Now, what is our next thing? Next intention. This previous pointer should point to this temp instead of this location. Previous should point to temp instead of this location. That's what we are writing. Location pointer next pointer previous. Location pointer next pointer previous should point to temp. Location pointer, next node pointer, previous field should point to temp. Location pointer, next pointer, previous should point to temp. So when you have exchanged these pointers, automatically these are not required. So we have successfully deleted a node. We have successfully deleted a node, and now these will not contain the null values. And in whatever case we do, we will simply return the information field. Search and print functions are same as that of the singly linked list. So that was about the implementation of doubly linked list. I'll just run the code. The program is ready. Right? Insert, delete, search, print, exit. So let us insert some nodes. Let the element to be inserted into the doubly linked list 10. So 10 is successfully inserted into the doubly linked. And again choice are given. Enter the element. 1 second. Choice is 1. The element to be inserted into the doubly linked list, say 20. Successfully inserted. Choice is 1. The element to be deleted is 30. Successfully. 1. Element to be deleted is, element to be inserted is 40. Successfully inserted. So let us check whether it is inserted properly or not. So I'll say print. Elements are 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now let us say choice 3, search. I'll search for an element called 30. Element 30 is present before element 40 in the linked list. So that is successful. So let us go for choice 2 now, delete. So I will give 2. Enter the element which you want to delete from the doubly linked list. So let us delete 30 only. So I will delete 30 from the linked list. So element 30 has been successfully deleted from the doubly linked list. Enter. Next, we have to check whether it has been deleted successfully or not. So how do you do that? We will just print again. Choice 4, enter. The elements are 10, 20 and 40. Right? And choice 7, I'll give. Choice 7. What it gives? Incorrect choice. Please try again. Again, incorrect choice. Please try again. If you give 5, 5 is exit. Will come out of the execution. So that was the simple procedure and simple discussion and demonstration about the doubly linked list.